Let's see the question what appears in the examination. This question is already been asked in MSBT question paper, and this they keep on asking this question in every year. Explain how memory explain how memory is allocated to an object of a class with diagram. Let's see a theoretical statement. Memory space for an object is allocated when they are declared. The member function are created and placed in a memory space only once when they are defined as a part of the class specification. Since all the objects belonging to that class use the same number function, same member function, no separate space is allocated for the member function when the objects are created. Only space for a member variable is allocated separately for each object. Let us understand what this whole line actually means. Let's see the diagram which you are going to draw in a paper. This is the diagram. I am not going to explain right now. We'll see practically what those four statements exactly mean. So let's see a program for that. Hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, class student, public access specifier, void put data, integer role and integer age. If you see carefully, I have declared a variable roll number and age here inside a public access specifier, not in the private. Cout class student object s1, cout roll number is, cout age is, and I have completed the definition of the put data, and the class is closed here. The student class which started from here has been closed here with a semicolon. So this part is known as a member function, and name of the class is okay student. Void main integer a equal to 10, b equal to 20, CLR SCR, student S1, S2, S3. If you remember, the first line which was written on the theoretical statement was as whenever an object is declared for a student, a memory space is allocated. Let's see what happens inside the RAM. See, inside the RAM, for each object S1, S2, S3, since S1, S2, and S3, all three of them is going to make use of roll number and age. So S1 object is going to make use of this memory space. S2 is going to make use of this memory space. S3 is going to make use of this memory space. See, memory addresses are different for each object's variables. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm making a call to the put data function through an object s1. Here the variable a, which is containing value 10 inside the main function. If you see carefully, even the memory address for the variable a is also different, and the memory address for the variable b is also different. See, when you write a main function inside the RAM, a stack memory, global static memory, heap memory, and other type of memories are available. Inside this RAM, inside that stack, I am occupying a memory space for main function. The entire area, the blue area which you see inside the stack, is occupying a memory space. And within that, if you see carefully, A and B is also occupying a memory space. A's memory address for A is 2022 and memory address for B is 2024. If you remember, integer is of 2 bytes. Therefore, from 2022 to 2023, 2022 to 2033, 2 bytes will be occupied. 2024 to 2025, 2 bytes will be occupied for the variable b. Okay, so value of a will be passed to the variable role. Value of b 20 will pass to the variable age. Okay, as you call this function. When you call this function, when you call this function, when a function call is made, the value of a, which is 10, is passed to the roll number. Value of b 20 is passed to the age 20. If you see, the memory address is separately allocated for that, and the value of a is also different. Memory address for a is different and memory address for roll is different, but they are holding the same value because a has transferred its value 10 to roll here during the function call, and even the put data function is occupying a memory space here above the main function. What I'm doing, I'm keeping a separate space for this here itself so that I can also explain you better how other objects work. So this part I'm going to pick up and store here. And in the output screen, if you see class student object S1 roll number is 10, age is 20. See, if the function call is over, S1 object function memory is released, but that the put data function which was occupied, that particular memory space is released, but the variable that object was holding is still, the memory for that variable is still intact. You can see here. When S2 object is called, put data A and B is holding a value 30 and 40, and that is passed to the put data function now. The same put data function is being called here, so it is going to occupy the same memory space which it was holding previously. If you see carefully, the memory address where 10 was already written to 2020, the 10 was value 10 was there, now 30 is available. This 30 value is passed to this memory location, and previously where 20 was written, now 40 is available, and this 40 is passed to H. Okay, if the work of this put data function is over, then it will going to be released from this stack memory. See, it is no longer available. Now, for the another object S3 dot put data A and B. So A and B is holding a value 50 and 60. Previously there was 40 and 30 and 40 if you remember. So here in the same memory location 2022, the 50 instead of 50 there was previously it was 10, then later 30, now it is 50. If you see, this 10 was there when we used with the first object. When we used with the third object, 30 was there. Now at the same memory location we are using 50. This 50, when the function put data function is called, we are going to pass this value to roll number. This concept is known as pass by value. Here again, this 60 value is going to be passed to variable age, and separate memory address is allocated for that. If you see carefully, S1 object is holding a separate memory address for roll number and age variable. S2 is holding a separate value as well as separate memory location. S3 is holding a separate value and separate memory location. But the put data function which we were calling three times for S1, S2 and S3 had occupied the same space. It came and it vanished. It came and it vanished. See, when the work of S3 object is done with the put data, see, for S3 object function memory is released, but the variable memories remain intact. The again put data function went away from here. So memory occupied by put data in the stack is released now. See, if you see the output again, if you run this program in a turbo C, you will get this output. Roll number is 50 and age is 60. Okay, so that is what I am going to was explaining you. So considering this function 1 as put data and this as S1, S2 and S3, the each time S1 was calling to put data, the same function was being called, so one time memory was used, but variable were holding the different value. Therefore, variable is having a separate memory. S2 object is calling same function, again the common function is used. Variable is having a separate value. Again S3 object having a separate value but calling a same function. Therefore, common for all objects means these functions will occupy one time memory but will be common for all the objects, as many objects you make. But since the object are going to make use of variables, therefore variables will have a separate memory for them. So that is the reason the statement here is say member functions are created and placed in a memory space only once. Hope you understand this underline. And since all the objects belonging to that class use the same member function, no separate space. All the objects belonging to the same class are making use of the same function again and again. Therefore, no separate space is available for functions. But only space for member variable is allocated separately for each object. Means all the objects are having variables and every variable is having different values. Therefore, separate memory space are created for every variable. That's the reason if you see in the last slide, all the objects are having different variables, uh, same variable name but different variable values, and they are therefore they are stored in a different memory location. See the memory addresses of each variables. Okay.